In this video, I want to talk about the one solution that we have to stand up to the powers that be. I'm up here in the Berkeley Hills right now. Check it out. Way down there is the San Francisco Bay, and it's a cloudy day, but you can still see the city. Way down on that side is the Golden Gate Bridge. So, Satoshi did a podcast. I've had him on my show here before. And he did a podcast with a guy out there in London, UK area, Brits, talking about how the entire 200-year history or more, really originally with the Rothschilds, then the Rockefellers, and the start of the motivation of the starting of the Federal Reserve System, and then going through Standard Oil, the Federal Reserve System, breaking it down on a really high level. I feel like he's called to do this. He has a real knack for understanding and explaining how this system actually works, and then offering hope, because so many times we hear like all these doom and glooms, like, you know, it's like just a bunch of freaking fear mongering, dude. But to actually have hope, and it's not just some religious hope, because he does go into some of the biblical stuff on the podcast, but it's not by religion, it's hope by our own sound money system, peer to peer. And, you know, the entire history breakdown of why they had to sabotage Bitcoin so much to psyop the entire narrative and change everything. So, fascinating podcast. I mean, it ultimately is, I feel like it's his calling to really get this word out there to people. And I want to make sure, you know, just share the video, share the podcast, everybody gets a chance to see it. It's so important. And, you know, basically how the original Bitcoin protocol, the peer-to-peer system, the only sound money system that we have, is the one thing they do not want anyone to look at. And they've done everything they can to silence it, getting it off all exchanges, to sue the creator, and to completely destroy his life. Almost had him in jail. If it wasn't for yours truly's affidavit, I was the one that put I gotta take credit. I put the affidavit in to help him out, kept him out of jail at that point, at that trial, into the disqualification. And he remained out, you know, so now he's free and he can do what he wants and help to advise the world, and he's on a rampage right now. But that's this podcast doesn't go into any of that, but it goes into the whole overall story of like why the original Bitcoin is the one solution. It's the venom to the elite bloodlines of the last like 2,000-year plan that they've had to, you know, destroy. And it talks about the money supply, and just charts on there. It's unbelievable how out of control the money printing supply has been over the last 20 years, where it was like on a chart like this, and then all of a sudden it went straight up like this for the last 20 years into a hyperinflationary period, this quantitative easing, they call it. And, you know, that's where we are right now. And when most people are going into these other shit coins and crypto and BTC doing 7 transactions a second, when the real solution is scaling on chain, peer to peer, where we all transact with each other, peer to peer. I got a shout out to John Wayne. He's a Bitcoin SV guy online. I think it's John. Anyways, he sent me a text with like a bunch of original Bitcoin on it, and I send balance, and then it says, oh, you got all this Bitcoin. I'm like, wow, dude, that's amazing. Other people had sent it to me. I have no idea how they even got my address or wallet, but other people have sent it too. So thank you if that's you. But thank you for John Wayne, or the one who introduced me, or, you know, basically kind of put that out there. I don't know if it was his product or if he invented it, but I'd love to hear more from him if it was, because all I had to do was get a text message, and now it goes and it shows my balance. And that's like true peer-to-peer transactions on a text. So I think it's Text BSV is one of them, textbsv.com. But there's another thing he's doing, and I'm not sure if it's the same or not. But either way, it's a text message. Check it out. I know that Text BSV is one of them, but ultimately this video interview that Satoshi did is super important. It's like historical. And I feel like, you know, there's that prophet from way back in the day of, like, I think it was not John, but John the Baptist. That's the one, back in the Bible. And he was out there in the wilderness talking about how Jesus was coming and he's going to baptize. You know, he would prophesize about Jesus over and over again, nonstop. That was like his calling. He would never stop talking about it. I like Satoshi, credit to him, he's on that mission. Like, he's all about, you know, talking about the original Bitcoin protocol and why it's the solution. You know, he really should be on like a speaking tour. You know, we should do like a world stage speaking tour. I should go on it too. Freak it. You know, everybody needs to know about this. This is our one way out, no matter what. No matter what side you're on in politics, doesn't matter. Because once we have our own money and we don't have to rely on them in any way, we win. The people win. You know, not the bankers, not the elites. Everybody wins at that point. We no longer need them. And the crazy thing is, it already exists. It already exists. We just need to have more entrepreneurs building businesses on it. I mean, there's so much opportunity for entrepreneurs over the next 20 years. It's going to be insane. So that's why I'm in it for the 15-year long haul plan. Check it out. I'll put a link to the video, the full interview with Satoshi on the podcast at the end of this. All right, like, hit the ones. My name is Gavin Mehl, up here on the top of the Berkeley Hills, and that's down there towards San Jose. It's quite nice. It's beautiful. This is like the top of the world, I'd say so. You like this? You like videos like this? Hit the ones, subscribe. All right, leave a comment, y'all. I'll see you at the top.